Hello everyone, Commonwealth from here, and welcome to this rapid analysis, since we got a very quick teaser, I guess, of Age of Calamity, and in this case it's the premiere of two characters that we know very well from Breath of the Wild, and it was a short trailer, just 44 seconds, so this is not going to be a long analysis, it's just an extra. We have another video going up, so go and check it up. You also have the tech team there, so the tech theme there, so it's very, very fitting. Obviously, we're starting the frame with, actually surprisingly enough, look as if this is a memory back to the past, which could actually hint that this game is being told in retrospect, trying to remind Link of what actually happened 100 years ago, much like the memories did. So it could be told maybe after the ending of Breath of the Wild, because why else would they be doing these 100 years ago shots? Though again, it could be just a fact that the team is using, but it would be very cool if the story was indeed told in retrospect. That is pretty much what I also wanted from the memories back in Breath of the Wild. I wanted a gameplay section leading up to a memory plays, and then we go back to present time, so that we at least got some attachment to the past instead of just seeing a cutscene play out and then going back. Anyway, the first cutscene is obviously of King Rome, deeply concerned that the kingdom of Hyrule was about to fall because Zelda was not able to awaken her power and was much more interested in Sheikah tech. And that also establishes the theme of this entire trailer, as we see father scolding daughter, in this case the king scolding the princess, for not being able to still unlock her power and instead dedicating too much of her time to Sheikah technology, which we also remember from that Breath of the Wild memory. And we can definitely see Zelda being deeply concerned, but also sad by the treatment she's receiving from her father at Hyrule Sanctum. Yeah, this shot explains it all. We see Zelda just being deeply concerned, Impa also not being too fond of the situation, and Link obviously as a loyal and most of all stoic knight is just standing there and accepting whatever his superior, the head of state, the king of Hyrule, has to say. So yeah, it's obviously painful, and we see also that the king is not enjoying it too much, but he sees this of utter importance. Then we move over to a much more pleasant scene. Young adult Robbie. Oh my god, I just love this shot so much. Establishing shot, pose, and that crazy hairstyle as well. We see that little baby guardian as well, and this is not Akala Ancient Tech Lab or even Hatenue Ancient Tech Lab. Location wise, I was a little bit unsure, because the gameplay sequence that we saw at the TGS was Link, Impa and Zelda heading for the Royal Ancient Lab, which is located northwest of Hyrule Castle, but I was actually pointed out by Monster Maze that this is more likely within Hyrule Castle itself. Also much more spacious than the ancient tech labs that we remember from Breath of the Wild, and that pose is absolutely so recognizable. And we can see that, yeah, Impa's a little bit embarrassed. Zelda's enjoying it more, and Link probably has no clue of what is going on. And then we have this next shot. I'm not entirely sure what it is. It could be at Hyrule Castle, it could be at Hyrule Garrison, but it could also be at Akala Citadel. Let's remember that the Akala Ancient Tech Lab, the base of Robbie after the Great Calamity, is located very close to Akala Citadel, so it makes sense that he is testing Guardians also in this location, which would also make sense in terms of the Guardians actually being very near Akala Citadel and thus attacking it also during the siege that ended so tragically all those years ago. Also teaching the regular Hylian knight and recruit that, yeah, you're literally a soldier, I'm a scientist, and I'm the best at it as all. Things are not going to be easy, but we're going to be able to pull through this. Very, very, like, I just love how cool Robbie is through this entire trailer. And then we have Precious Purah. We have already seen her young, but we've seen child Purah. This is young adult Purah, the rebel, the rebellious sister of Impa, and no doubt that's why also Impa is a little bit embarrassed. She's the more responsible warrior, traditional Sheikah. Well, yeah, we can see that Purah is the much more feisty, much more cool, and obviously a rebellious part. So I just wondered who were the parents of Impa and Purah, because there must have been something. Yeah, we can definitely see Impa being greatly embarrassed by the appearance and behavior and posing of her sister here. Impa is definitely the more stoic, the more responsible, and the much more mature out of the two. We can also see that Zelda is maybe a little bit embarrassed as well, but she's definitely enjoying it more because of her great interest for Sheikah Tech and science overall. Then we have a shot that I think it could be Hyrule Garrison, because it looks very similar to the shot we saw during the introduction cutscene of Impa during the TGS, the Saturday one. Yeah, we also see it with Urbosa. So this is obviously after being appointed as champions. Link has the Master Sword. We see Urbosa in her champion garb, and Purah also has... yeah, this is definitely leading up to the preparations after the repelling of the first monster invasion. And we also see that her hairstyles seem to be... yeah, it's the same, it's just a different lighting, since it's daylight and it's also in the sun. And we can see other Sheikah working as well in the background, probably working on some tech or some fortifications. I really love her gestures. I really love her gestures in this very brief trailer. And then we have the final shot of Purah and Robbie being complete nerds, dorks as well, with the Sheikah Slate, and yeah, having the time of their life and completely enjoying every minute of it, being very curious. And there we go, coming more on November 20th. I think this was a perfect trailer because it built up on the first trailer that we saw, where we saw Zelda being scolded by the King of Hyrule. We saw a little bit also from the same locations that we saw in the gameplay at the TGS, and obviously the reveal trailer. But yeah, the stars of the show were no doubt Robbie and Purah, young adults, since we have to call them that since we saw already child Purah. And yeah, it's 45 days onto launch. We'll probably see more trailers. It's obvious that Koei Tecmo is going to show much more of the story in this game than the Zelda team would regularly do with Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Breath of the Wild 2. So we have another video also up, so I highly recommend you go and check it out, because it is absolutely great. It's talking about how great things could be next year. So be sure and check it out. We also have the gameplay video of the TGS, and also why it looks like Age of Calamity is going to be pretty close to Breath of the Wild, more than a Hyrule Warriors game. So also be sure to check that out. Leave a like, subscribe. A big thanks to all our patrons, as obvious, especially our royal producer Charles Shash. And we'll see you in the multiple of Zelda videos that we have for you this week and in the coming weeks. So stay tuned at the Commonwealth Realm. We'll see you soon.